good evening or afternoon. What's carved out of the stone, her eyes receding, but as I can hear a voice, is that slip to letting more than I should excuse, is that misleading? One-stop shoulders over a round-up sleeve. Once in a while I get out and blaze with feeling, ready to call, not at all. There's time still, pictures of a time sure and meaning, said I should only own this moment now. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it. Words carved out of the stone, her eyes receding. As long as I can hear a voice in this moment now. Take it back, take it back. Take it back, take
How's everybody doing? It's Wednesday afternoon. In the spirit of it's Saturday night. Yeah, it's lovely to be here. Feel free to share the link to the video if there are people that you think might like it. I'm going to do one more, and then we have a special guest coming up, a guest who I have actually covered on this show before. So that's quite exciting, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm going to play a request. This is from Anne in Burnley, also known as Mum. Well, Reed specifically, but most people don't even know where Burnley is. I found out that a friend of 20 years, a good friend of mine of 20 years, doesn't know where Burnley is. Isn't that disgraceful? He thought that it was close to Newcastle. And he's from Liverpool. He should know these things. I'm going to play a Simon and Garfunkel song called Old Friends, which I remember like learning guitar a long time ago, and this song I feel like it's shaped everything that I've done on the guitar ever since, pretty much. So yeah, listen out for that. And it's all on the 4th fret, which is where I capo everything for some reason. Maybe it's just where my voice fits. But it's really lovely. And it's for Mum. For me mum. Old friends, sat on their park bench like bookends, a newspaper blowing through the grass falls on the round toes of the high shoes of the old friends. Old friends, winter companions, the old men, lost in their overcoats, waiting for the sunset. The sounds of the city drifting through trees settle like dust on the shoulders of the old friends. Can you imagine us years from today, sharing a park bench quietly? How terribly strange to be 70. Old friends, memory brushes the same years, silently sharing the same fears. Time it was, and what a time it was. It was a time of innocence, a time of confidences. Long ago it must be, I have a photograph. Preserve your memories, they're all that's left you. I could play that last bit forever. It took me ages to learn it. It's a bit of a tongue twister. It's proper music boxy. I proper sat around for hours trying to learn it. The Burning Hell are here. You're welcome, Mum. Yeah, it's my favorite as well, I think. Definitely one of my favorites. I'm going to turn this little camera off up here because I haven't played anything on there yet, have I? Maybe later if you're lucky. It's time to introduce our guest. I'm just going to tweak some things here. He'll be very happy that the Burning Hell are watching. This is there he is. He's already in here, so I'm going to switch over so you can see him. Everybody, oh no, that's not right. Here we go. Live from Newcastle. Is Newcastle close enough?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So This is Nev Clay, everybody.
Nev Clay, hello.
Give us some wash hands and some clap hands. Nev and I played a show together in like 2013, I think, which seems like a very long time ago now. Well, it is a very long time ago now.
It is.
And I remember just being really struck by his songwriting, and I think he's an absolute gem of a songwriter in England, and in the world. Why not get all into all hyperbole? Do we say that to distinguish from hyperbola? I don't know. But yeah, you are a fantastic musician. I'm saying this for our other guests, I guess, on the other side of the computer screen. But I've been yapping, so why don't I let you talk for a little bit? How are you doing, and what have you been up to?
I'm okay, thanks. Pretty quiet. Things are pretty quiet, you know. I retired a couple of years ago, so that was good, you know, because I was a mental health nurse in the community, and it was crazy busy, you know, to use that's the wrong word to use, but it was very busy, you know. So peaceful, a lot of reading, you know. And a lot of playing this, you know, every day, you know, I watch The Simpsons every night, you know. Other cartoon families are available. And when the adverts come on, I always turn the sound off, you know, and then I just pick up the guitar, 2 or 3 minutes, you know, and keep my hand in. So it's good.
That's great. And I guess because the thing that sort of set my mind going again, thinking about you, is I think it was on my birthday you put out Green Leaves, which is just an incredible song, which I've covered on this show. A couple of times actually, and it just I heard it and I was just immediately struck by it. Such beautiful but like funny songwriting, and I feel like that you do that so well, sort of like the observation of life, but with this humor that just really, I don't know, just adds to the beauty somehow. And so you released that EP a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Seems like ages now.
Yeah. In this strange expanding and contracting time that we're in.
A weird interregnum, isn't it? If that's the word.
Yeah, so did you want to play as a track? Were you going to play something from Green Leaves, or did you have something else?
Okay, but I'm going to start with the most difficult one.
Good plan, get it out of the way.
Yeah, because and it's just like being on stage, you know. So I've got the adrenaline going and things like that. So let's see, you know. And I haven't done many gigs, obviously. Like, you've done more gigs than anyone, I think. Haven't you?
I think this is number 15. Wednesday's number 15.
In the last few months, yeah. But yeah, okay, I'll do one. So this is about it's about Long Benton, where I live, and it's about an off license. There used to be 2 off license. You know, an off license is a place where you buy alcohol and cigarettes. But what do they call them? Maybe in America, is it a drugstore? Yeah,
I mean, it depends on the city. I mean, a lot of places you can't actually buy booze outside of government-sanctioned facilities. So, a dep for the Montrealers, I guess.
Okay. Well, this place, and we will call them Offie for short, you know. But There's sort of like a race to the bottom, you know, latter day capitalism, race to the bottom. So all the off license, they had to start selling lots of different things to try and keep afloat, you know, like toilet paper, tins of soup, toilet brushes, kitchen sets of cutlery, you know. So this particular so it's about this particular off license, and the motto was making life richer for the poorer, which was it felt a bit ironic because I mean I live in it's a big working class council estate, and there's quite a bit of poverty, you know, and social deprivation. So anyway, they went bust. It's about that off license, and then the second verse is about carrying a theme through. It's about Grace Darling, you know, who used to live up the northeast coast, and she was a very brave lighthouse keeper's daughter who saved countless lives rowing out to sea in these terrible, you know. But my Grace Darling is a bit more nihilistic, and she decides to just keep on rowing anyway. And then the third verse is just about me having a crush on barmaids. See how it goes. This is a bit music boxy as well in places, you know. Hang on, I'm just going to minimise because it's weird seeing yourself twice, isn't it? That's better. Okay, good. Here we go. So it's called Gracious in Defeat. Here we go. The office she works in just can't compete with the pay. Her shop next door, they sell drink and tabs and lottery tickets. What would anyone come in here for? With a silk scarf and a tracksuit and Ugg boots on her feet. She fills the shelves with biscuits and she's gracious in defeat. Lighthouse keeper's daughter rows out on the dark and stormy waves, beneath which lies the ship and its crew. Not a single soul left to be saved. She decides to keep on rowing, though the rain has turned to sleet. Save them, join the man, be gracious in defeat. with every barmaid that ever pulled me a pint. But what's that worth when you go home alone at the end of the night, and you write her a little love song with a melody simple and sweet? And that's your consolation when you're gracious in defeat.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. So beautiful. Yeah, music box. Definitely
Isn't
music
it?
box. Yeah.
All of that stuff's great, isn't it?
It's
great,
so
I love it.
satisfying.
Yeah, it is. And for the viewers who play guitar, it's not on a fancy tuning, right? It's basically just like an open D, but I've turned the fourth string up a tone, so it's
All
like
right.
D A G F sharp A D.
Okay.
Oh no, D A anyway, D A E.
D-A-E. D-A. Okay, right. That's, I sort of work in that one. Like I tune down to a C and then a G and then leave the D as it is. So it's basically
Oh,
like
it's lovely,
that,
isn't
but capoed below. This is a little bit of shop talk, I guess. We're getting a lot of wash hands here from people,
Thank you very much.
and the Burning Hell saying only Nev Clay could make a song featuring Ugg boots sound beautiful, which I think is a fair comment.
Thank you, Matthias and Carl. Thank you very much.
I'm just gonna post in the little chat here because every week when there's a guest, 50% of donations go to them as well. So yeah, I've just posted the link there. Just click on it. You can send along any amount is fine. Any amount is useful. The little ones add up, and I'm so grateful for all the people who've been donating over these months now. Yeah, it's a way for us to continue doing what we're doing whilst at home, remotely in our little worlds here. Someone says not quite dad for shad, which is what I like to call a DAD F sharp AD.
Yeah.
A little bit little bit less smooth than dadgad. Anyway, what else would you like to play for us, Nev? You're gonna do a couple more, so yeah, like
Yeah.
what's
Just these are easier ones and shorter as well. So now I've gotten over the hump. It's like the Tour de France, isn't it? I'm just coasting now.
You've got the yellow jumper on.
Yeah, exactly. I want to give a shout out to Long Benton. Actually, I was just down the paper shop that's mentioned in that song. I was down there at 5 o'clock getting some tabs, and I told the lads behind the counter, behind a plastic screen, I said, "Hey, I'm on that YouTube tonight, you know." So he did write it down. So, hello if you
Say hello if you're watching.
yeah. I thought I'd do these are a couple of the Green Leaves EP, but yeah, this is a one that, so it is about bereavement, but it's not a miserable song. But just to talk about it, that sometimes people who are bereaved can't actually experience the grief, and it turns into somatic symptoms, and that's not something that people talk about a lot, and and I had a bereavement a few years back, but it turned into terrible stomach problems. So that's really what the song's about. Anyway, it's all good. I might or might not put the capo on with this one. Let's see how we're getting. I kept on working, I went to work and kept on singing for what it's worth. I saw my friends didn't try to hide, but my guts are wrecked, now you died. I kept on eating and drinking too. I slept at night, didn't dream of you. Talked to a counselor but never cried. But my guts are wrecked since you died. They know that something's missing, something's very wrong. Heard in the morning and ache all day long. I took the tablets, even tried to write a song, but my guts are wrecked, now you're gone. Glad you're free of suffering now, and life goes on anyhow. Precious memories I'll keep inside, but my guts are wrecked since you died. But my guts are wrecked since you died. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's all right, isn't it? It's not a, I don't want to, yeah. I'll do a cheerful one next.
I keep getting requests about that as well, being like, "Can you do anything fun and happy?" And it's not really what I do so much, but I find my ways. We find our ways to do this. I'm gonna post a link here as well to where you can find Nev's music. He also just recently put some stuff up on Spotify, but I think it's gonna take a couple of days to get there. Yeah. But Bandcamp's better anyway, so get on Bandcamp, download everything, and support everyone on there. Just buy everything, buy every artist, but mostly from Nev. But yeah, you were going to play as one more to finish off for today.
Yeah, I was. Shall I do a funnier one?
Do what you're feeling. Do what you're feeling.
Yeah. Well, what I'm feeling is always that people get really sick of miserable songs. I've got to do a funny one,
I think it is sort of like a sorbet between meals. That I don't know why I have that reference point. I don't think I've ever had sorbet to serve that purpose. But my
Clean the
understanding
palate.
is a little
To clean the
little
palate.
piece of ginger. It means that we can play more sad songs. If we play one happy song every 5 songs, we can get away with like 20 or 30 sad songs.
Yeah, I
But just
know.
with
It's
those
like a
little breaks.
homeopathic dose, isn't it? A homeopathic dose of humour, just to try and leaven the unbroken misery, you know. Yeah. The leaden clouds of gloom. Hey, speaking about leaden clouds, I just want to say, I don't know if any of your viewers like to keep an eye on the global lightning strikes, but there's a great website called Real Time Lightning Strike or something like that. Have you heard of this?
No, that sounds amazing though.
I've got really addicted to it, you know, and the hours fly by. Just watching the map of the globe, and you know, some places. The other day it was Crimea. You know, hundreds of lightning strikes. Sorry, I know this is. You know,
We can do what we want, Nev.
I nearly apologise. I nearly said it was boring, but it's not boring.
It's not.
So I had a little check before I came on to have a look what the weather was like in Canada, you know, and there was a few little flickers between Ontario and Winnipeg.
Okay.
There's a few little pockets, you know, but otherwise okay.
Well, if anyone's watching from between Ontario and Winnipeg, give us a little shout. Let us know if you've seen any lightning.
It might have blown over by
Yeah.
now. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I will do it. But thanks very much for listening, and it's a real privilege, you know. Thank you very much, Tim,
Honoured to have you on here.
and hopefully we'll meet in November. In
Yeah,
Newcastle.
we actually do have a gig together, Nev, myself, and the Burning Hell at is it the Cumberland Arms?
Yeah.
I remembered. We'll see if it actually happens. But yeah, if you live in Newcastle, come down if we're there. Or go if we're not as well. It's sounds like a pub, so you'll probably do all right if we're not there.
Great pub. Right, okay, so this is a humorous one, but again, it's about latter-day capitalism and anthropomorphism, and how finance companies, faceless corporations and multinationals use anthropomorphism to make it palatable, so you get companies who use little cartoon figures, or you've got a let's say you've got like a lump of curry or something, but it's got a pair of cartoon eyes, or you've got a tire factory, but the tires have got little cartoon eyes, and they have you know what I'm talking about. So it's my protest about that. And this also features the paper shop in Long Benton, where I end up looking at some Christmas cards. So it's it's one of my festive songs, Okay, sorry, I'll stop talking. God almighty, I've taken... Right, here we go, right. Ex-classmate of a local newsreader is shopping in the precinct opened by her friend. On the carrier bags is a happy apple with a pair of cartoon eyes. Pair of cartoon eyes. Outside the chippy in the morning, they put out a sandwich board. It's a giant baked potato pair of cartoon eyes, pair of cartoon eyes. I was in the paper shop looking at the Christmas cards when a drawing of a little robin with a pair of cartoon eyes made me want to cry. Hang on, I hope that's not copyright. Is that under copyright? Never mind, okay. Well, let's pretend we didn't play it. Hang on. Let's just finish. Thank you very
Jingle
much.
bells forever.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is Nev Clay, everybody. I've posted the link and I'll post it again for his Bandcamp where you can find his music, and he's going to pop into the chat as well. I think I found the lightning map, so I've posted that in there as well. You can confirm if it's the right one. But yeah, it's been lovely to have you, and see you next time, I hope, in real life Newcastle. Nev Clay, everybody. So he's gonna pop into the chat for a bit. And yeah, Burning Hell. We will see you in November, hopefully. I'm gonna do a few more. Let me know if you have any requests. I've been very slow getting to some of them, and I apologize for that. There are some that I know more than others. But I promise that I have this whole like playlist with everything that's ever been requested, and I am making my way through it. So there's like a 1 in 75 chance that it'll happen. I will at least listen to it. Oh, Todo Sabemos. Could maybe do that one. Maybe after the next one. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that after the next one. Because I was just saying earlier how I feel like I learnt a hell of a lot from old friends, and that tuning, well, not tuning because it's just regular tuning, but playing at the 4th fret and all of the patterns that come out from it. And I think it's definitely influenced my songwriting. So I'm going to play Tendrils, which I think, has some connections. Like, not, I don't think it's sort of like that I was trying to follow that, but in the same key and maybe exploring some of the same sorts of ideas playing wise. So this is Tendrils. Old rages blocking all the holes, hide inside walls, decided to go. Calm silence, don't pick apart its source, make it up but just put it aside. Don't find us waking upside down, find your sense, hold it, you'd watch it unfold. Phrase tendrils creeping for a home, the steely grey glow of your eyes. But by night I'm silenced and still. Can you make yourself feel unkind? you cry out when you see that we all have come freely alone. No brightness but misinterpret words, deflect us from the sight of you, drenched and afraid. Fight in the sourness that pulls around the brain. It's an offering, an offering, an offering again, sealed inside each verse, up above my words. You've a sense, I'm sure, that's as true as any for the times I had tried, but didn't make the connections, and I'm left to feel. If I was you, I'd lie. 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 All judgment, picking apart your eyes, fooled by the scope and pulled as rope. All judgment picks apart your eyes. We barely are truthful to us. That's Tendrils. I'm going to play one more sort of sad one, and then we'll maybe get the sorbet in after that. Yeah, and just going back to Old Friends again, like, if you don't know the song, or even if you do, I think it's worth going and having a listen to it, because the orchestration on it is really cool. It's beautiful. It gets really atonal and messy and weird in places. But listening to it after having not listened to it for a long time, I realized that it kind of sounds like they're trying to do a combination Eleanor Rigby / Day in the Life. So that's my Salmon and got my S&G thoughts for the day. I've got a few more things in mind, but get your requests in now if you want to hear anything. I did see the request for a Nev Clay song. I will do that, and because you requested it, I'll do it next week. But I'm not quite ready to do it right now. Okay. I'm gonna do All We Know in a slightly different way. This one is also for Mum, I think. I think it was her that requested it. You're getting all the tracks today, Mum.
Todos sabemos, todos sabemos, todos sabemos, todos sabemos. No es así, no es así. Adelante sin letras, la cabeza vacía, tanto lo que quieres, pero más que bastante. Muchísimas gracias. estaré. Puedes irte si quieres. No he movido las puertas. Pienso bien el sentido más fino. Orgullo en las nociones engañosas.
So because it feels kind of impossible to write things at the moment, I don't know, I'm not really inspired by the state of things at the moment, but I've translated some songs into Spanish, so at some point that's going to get released, and that's one of the tracks. I'm going to do one more of my own. This is going to be the happy sorbet, and then I'm going to do a cover, and then if anyone has requests, get them in before it's too late. Yeah, I'm really excited. We've got a Brazilian guest on next week who is a beautiful singer-songwriter. No more details on that until the time comes, but make sure you tune in. I'm going to play Don't Mind. I'm going to bring this little boxy box back. And thanks again for all those donations that are coming in. It's much, much appreciated. Strong words, few deeds. Tell me what a friend should be. Go again, roll the dice. Show me where my heart should be. Never mind if we see the day when it comes, it surely waits. Won't light soon, is it too late? Lift the cup, lift the plate. That's Don't Mind from the last album about growing old disgracefully in not a good way. Yeah. I'm going to do another cover here. Anyone got any questions? Nev's in there as well, so you can also question him. Fact of the day, I've been listening to a podcast about the history of the English language and found out that, two things. First thing, deer used to mean, was kind of just like generic animal. Anything used to be called a deer, any sort of wild animal. And it's become to be more specific of late. But apparently wilderness, like the dirt in it is like deer, and it's sort of like the place where the wild deer were. What about that? How did I modulate the organ hands-free? Well, Michael, I have a magical looping pedal that I can record and play things back with. It's so tricksy. I'm going to play an Annie Lennox song that I played on my Saturday night Facebook thingy. It's one of my favorite ones of hers, and it's very kind of nostalgic for me. I guess this one can be another one for Mum. This is Mum's show. I assume that she played it in the car, or maybe it was just on the radio back then. I don't know, in like 92 or something like that. In German, animal is Tier. English is basically just German. That's another thing that if you don't know, you do now. That makes so much sense. That's probably where it comes from then, I would guess. But yeah, this song is called Why. And I think it's beautiful. I'm going to do one more afterwards, so get your requests in now while you can. Oh yeah, and a forest isn't technically a place where there's lots of trees. It was originally just a place where the king and all the lords would go and hunt. So yeah, lots of wildlife language things today. Anyway, this is why. Tiergarten, yes.
How many times do I have to try to tell you that I'm sorry for the things I've done? But when I start to try to tell you, that's when you have to tell me, hey, this sort of trouble's only just begun. I told myself too many times, why don't you ever learn to keep your big mouth shut? That's why it hurts so much to hear the words that keep on falling from your mouth. Falling from your mouth. Falling from your mouth. Tell me why. Why? I may be mad, I may be blind, I may be viciously unkind, but I can still read what you're thinking. And I've heard it said too many times that we'd be better off besides. Why can't you see this boat is sinking, this boat is sinking, this boat is sinking, this boat is sinking. I told myself too many times, why don't you ever learn to keep your big mouth shut? That's why it hurts so much to hear the words that keep on falling from your mouth. They turn me inside out, turn me inside out. Tell me why. Why? This is the book I never read. This is the path I'll never tread. These are the dreams I'll dream instead. These are the dreams I'll dream instead. This is the joy that seldom spread. These are the tears we shed. This is the fear, this is the dread. These are the contents of my head. These are the years that we have spent, and this is what they represent. And this is how I feel. Do you know how I feel? 'Cause I don't think you know what I feel. I don't think you know what I feel. Why?
Little bit of Annie Lennox. Joni Mitchell, that's a good request. I have about 3 on my list. I am working on them. They're not the easiest ones to just bust out, because even if I know them a little bit, she's always got really interesting tunings going on and lots of words. So I'm going to do one more. I saw a request for the sledging song. I'm not quite set up for that, but maybe if you ask next week, it will work. So I'm going to do one more. I'm just going to post for one more time the support link. It's also in the thing beneath the video, and if you're watching this after the fact, which I know a lot of people do, it still works. It works all the time. Works all the time. You do gotta love Annie Lennox. It's true. I follow her on Instagram, and a couple of days ago, she had this video where she was just basically like, "Hello, I hope you're all doing all right. I know it's really hard at the moment, but just wanted to say, I hope you're doing okay," or something like that. It was just this really sweet, like, loving moment. So what am I going to finish with? That's the question. Annie Lennox does sound a lot like Lorraine Kelly when I impersonate her. It's true. I have a girlfriend who shall remain nameless, who once I started speaking in a Scottish accent to her, and she didn't really want me to stop. Like, she didn't really want me to go back to my normal voice, which I took as a little bit of a slight. I know, I'll just finish with the one that I always finish with, or that I always play anyway. You didn't know she was Scottish, Michael? Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I guess it's not that evident in that song. This is that tuning I was talking about, Nev. There's that interval. An Aberdonian. Is that how you say it? Okay. Oh man, jokes aplenty today. I'm loving this. I'm gonna play the song that I did with the string quartet, but with string quartet. That's not a word. That's like a string quartet competition. This is Grace. Oh yeah, and if Liz is watching, with her 2 daughters, one of who is called Grace. This is for them, for Ava and Grace. But this is going to be the last one for the week. See you next time. I'll be doing this on Saturday night at 10 o'clock my time on Facebook as well. But just come back here as well if you like. This is Grace for everybody who's listening. Thanks again so much to Nev. Go and check out his stuff. The links are all in the chat. I think you can sort of scroll up and find stuff, but just Google him as well, you know. Yeah, so finishing off with Grace.
Oh, my way, I never act so calmly in the face of the wreckage that you wrought. Storm upturned, the copper beach, the couch is still. We tell ourselves that nothing ever changed so much. I see it all, grace that you hold. You send me out in the cold, oh, to a cold toll, as much as you'd ever hold. Is it enough? Infinite is sin. Don't ever cast a stone before you. All of us are fickle and unmoored. At least you're not all the things you're not. Could there be anything that you would rather hear less? I see it all, the grace that you stole. You send me out in the cold, oh, to a cold toll, as much as you'd ever hold. You send me out, you send me out in the cold. It's not enough.
That's it. That's all there is. Thank you so much. I'll be back next week, and I hope you will too, all of my guests.